It is the Sabbath. Hopefully y'all Sabbath started out good.
Yeah.
Come. Good. It was a busy day.
It has.
Busy day. Does anybody got any questions before we jump into this tonight's class? What you got?
I'm just trying to get understanding on Romans 4 and 5.
Romans what?
4 verses 5.
We're putting a question on. We're putting a class together on that. I see this as apparently it's deep. No, I'm just messing with you.
No, I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah, we're doing a class on that. I'm doing a whole class. I did one a while back, but it'll be a good thing to go right back over. You know, Paul's my favorite. I don't know how cats is getting slumped over the most basic. I'm losing my mind, and I'm not trying to be cocky on this at all. I'm just like, this is really not all that hard. And I'm not saying for you. I'm saying because I know it's going around. Like, I heard the brother got stumped with this, and there's no stump. It's really simple. Yeah.
Because my question is, maybe I'm just overthinking it in a sense. Because a lot of times I tend to like overthink certain things.
So.
Yeah, that's just me.
So much baptism.
Look, I can touch on it, but I didn't want to go on that tonight.
I can wait.
Because we could go over the basics of it, but that wasn't the plan for tonight. But it's really simple. Go to Romans 4:1, and then what we'll do is I'm gonna touch on it, and then we'll go over a whole class on it. Because it's a good topic. So, Romans 4:1.
Romans chapter 4, verse 1.
I don't know if y'all were, some of y'all that were here, remember I went over Romans 2, 3, 4, 5, and we read straight through. I did that because unless you read Romans straight through, you're not going to understand what's going on. Because he's in sections addressing certain things.
Right. Yeah.
So the problem is that brothers ain't reading the whole thing, and it's like the Christians. They're picking and choosing what Paul is saying. And in picking and choosing what Paul is saying, they're doing like the Christians and don't understand what he's saying. Because Paul was deep, and Paul was, if you look at his writings, where Yahushua left off in the law, Paul went and added and laid on that foundation. That's all that's going on here. And because Yahushua was in the Pharisees and the Sadducees' face all the time, he was constantly telling them how off they were and hypocritical, right? Being Israel. And what they were doing. So you get a lot of that going on with Paul. It's constantly him rebuking and dealing with that mentality of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. So start from verse 1, Romans 4:1.
Romans chapter 4, verse 1. What shall we say then that Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, hath found? For if Abraham were justified by works, he hath...
Whoa. Okay, let's start all over again. Slow it down. Slow it down a little bit. And remember, emphasize on your points. All right, go ahead.
What shall we say then that Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, hath found?
Right.
Or if Abraham were justified by works.
Stop. So, what's the subject of the class, of this letter that Paul is writing to the Romans? What's the subject? Go ahead.
Well, not being justified by works. So.
Oh, you jumping like I literally started from A. Like you jump straight into it, draws off and everything. You're right. Done in. Pack up. Let's get the hell out of here. I mean, that was it.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I would. If that's the case, all right. Next question.
God, like, God.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Read it again, because I'm trying to get everybody else that don't know that ain't stumbling over this to see what's going on here. Read it again.
Romans chapter 4, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
What shall we say then that Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, hath found?
Right. So the subject is Abraham. It's talking about Abraham. And it's going to give us edification according to Abraham's walk, how he walked. It's going to show us something dealing with this man, Abraham. Go ahead.
For if Abraham were justified by works.
Stop. So, Abraham, if he were justified by works, go ahead.
He hath whereof to glory.
Right. He would have a reason to glory. Meaning that
But
he has something to boast about because works. Right? It's like, brothers try to do. Try. It doesn't work. Oh, yeah, I knew about this way back. I always knew I was a Hebrew Israelite, but you ain't did nothing.
Nothing with it.
Like, then you'd have something to boast about if you was born righteous. But Abraham doesn't got nothing to boast about because really he wasn't justified by his works in the beginning. Right? Okay, go ahead.
but not before God.
Right.
For what saith the scripture? Abraham believed God.
That's right. So what's the first thing that had to happen with Abraham?
Yeah.
What?
He had to have faith.
He had to have faith. So what came first? Fringes or faith?
Faith.
Right. You're like, well, what does that mean, Ak? As simple as this. What came first? When you got the truth with that black and mild in your ear, what came first? You came to the Father already black and mild out of the ear or in the ear?
Came dirty.
Okay, in your mouth, right? It was in your mouth while you was talking to the brother with black and mild breath. So what does that say? You were already what? You were already dirty. You didn't do any works. There was nothing that you did that said, hey, you know what? That brother right there, man, he follows the Sabbath. He keeps the laws. Look at his fringes. Look at how he dresses. Get that brother. Yahweh, you know what? Send a priest to tell him. Because he would already say, you know what? I already knew that. But really, you didn't do none of that. It was opposite. So what do you have to boast about? Nothing. All you got to do is humble yourself and say, damn, you know what, man, I didn't know this was wicked. And you be repentful, regretful, right? So Abraham has nothing to boast about because it was not of works. That didn't show till after the fact, right? So when you come in, what's the first thing you have to do? You got to believe. Believe who? This is a trick question. Go ahead. Who?
That he is a believer of them that that reward.
Get it together.
Hebrews 11 and 6.
Hebrews 11 and 6, right? So you got to believe who?
The Father.
The Father.
Khan. But so an angel came to you or the Father came to you? See, that's where the faith comes in. Because guess what? No angel came to you. Who came to you?
Man.
A man came to you. So faith had to be there first. This rusty, scroungy, hooligan, loud person that is telling me that pork is wrong, right? The way I'm living is wrong. The lifestyle is wrong. You had to what? Believe that. That's the first thing to get to God. It has belief. I had to believe that, oh, Yahweh, that's not Christ. That's Caesar Borgia. That image. You had the white image in your head, and the first thing you had to believe was what? That's not him. You know, and it was a consolidation of things. It might have been Yahweh Shai, right? It might have been pork. It was what these things that brought us into the gospel. It had to be faith that gets you to inquire. Really? I didn't know that. Christ didn't look like that. Let me read Revelations 1. Right? So it was faith. It wasn't, none of us came in here already ready. Sisters, you didn't have on the longest dress. You had on pants, you had on Spanx, you had on booty shorts. The brothers, your pants were sagging, you know what I mean? You full of adultery, eyes of whoremongering, right? It wasn't, you weren't pure. So the first step to coming, and then we'll go over it when we go over the class, is we'll go over the precepts, right? I want to go over this class I got on lust, all right? But read on.
And it was counted unto him for righteousness.
Right, and it was counted unto you, unto him, unto all of us for what? Righteousness. The Most High said, man, I'm looking at your heart. And then you what? You believed. You believed. And there it was like, okay, he deserved the chance. You right? And you moved in the spirit of the Most High. See, it was all these things coming together, but the first door is faith. I gotta believe. Because if you don't believe, when you knock on that door, you're gonna say, come in, the Lord accepts you, and I don't believe in the Lord. If you don't have faith, you knock on that door, oh, what's this door? It opens up, and you're like, oh yeah, I don't believe that. I'm an atheist. I'm a devil worshiper. So if it ain't believing, then what is it? You won't do anything, right? It just goes together. You won't do anything. That's why people, when you tell them, you know, believing in Christ the right way means you have to change, they're like, man, I'm not putting off what I'm doing. I'm going to eat this pork. I want to love homosexuality. I want to love doing things the wrong way. They won't change. There's no works because they don't believe. So you need belief. Read.
Now to him that worketh is the reward not reckoned of grace.
Right. If it was about the job, right, and then you paying the debt back, then that would be easy, right? Here's the job you have, and then you got to pay the debt, right? You pay the debt back of the work that needed to be done. Was it based on that? Was it based on a job, and then you repaying the debt? No. You know why? Because we already failed. You already failed the job, which was what? Keeping the law, statutes, commandments as a nation. Right? So that's how people, it wasn't based on that either. Well, I got to pay back the debt. See, the reason why, brothers and sisters, why people don't understand this is people don't understand that this is our first, this is Paul speaking about the first entry into the truth, into the gospel. You see, that's what he's talking about. He's not saying, now, this is the only thing that we need for salvation. We continue with no works. We continue with being filthy. He's not saying that, because if you read further on, he goes and edifies. So if you stop here, you would think just like the Christians. You would think that what? See, for me to come to Christ, you know, or me being in Christ, there's nothing that's the twist. The twist is, this is talking about when you come to Christ. They're going to say what? In its totality of being a believer, I don't need to do anything. Do you all understand that? What am I saying there?
Just have faith, that's all. I don't have to have nothing to show.
Right. It's a little sleight of the hand twist with this. They're saying you don't need to do anything. Salvation is given. This is where they go off. What Paul is saying is when you first received the knowledge, there were steps that had to happen to come to the Father. And it was not works that you did to come to the Father because you were in sin. That makes total sense. Who doesn't agree with that? We were all in sin. See, the other way is, I don't need to do no works. I don't need to do no works of the law. I don't need to do nothing. I'm already accepted by Christ. So I can eat pork. I can basically do things that the Bible calls sin because I don't need to do no works. See, if you don't read or you don't understand, you get really confused. That's why cats are confused. Oh, Paul didn't know what he was saying. They lack understanding. Paul was in the spirit. You just didn't read his whole letter. You did like the Christians.
Yeah, because if we, like you said, read it. What is the end of chapter 3 say? Do we make void the law? God forbid, get what?
He established
He
the law.
established the law. So now he's continuing on while he's showing us how it was when we came into the truth, like Abraham.
Right.
And what did Abraham do? He first believed at the Most High.
Right.
And he showed that belief by what? Getting up and going to this land, right? Circumcising himself. I don't want to jump the slide.
No.
I was just reading this too, and it's just so happened that now this internet buzz questions coming back.
Yeah. That's funny because he was hitting me up a few months back. He was like, "Yeah, I want to get in this Romans," and then next you know, boom, it pops up. But yeah, they're not understanding that you got to read the whole story. You're picking and choosing what to believe based on one thing that was. It's the John 3:16 effect. You didn't read everything else. You just read John 3:16 and said what? God so loved the world. You know what I mean? So that's why brothers are confused, and it's not confusing at all when you understand that. First of all, whatsoever was written aforetime was written our learning, and that all the Bible was inspired by the Father. So it all meshes together. There is no Paul was different. There's no Elisha, he had his own agenda. Elijah had his own agenda. Bro, for God's sake, we still use Solomon. What are you talking about? Like, these cats are confused. Like, so you'll quote Solomon, but cast away Paul? That's dumb. But they're not understanding when Solomon was in the spirit, his words are here in the spirit. That doesn't take away from him. Paul was in the spirit. You just don't get Paul at all. Right? So read on.
But of debt.
Right. Read that last part again.
Now to him that worketh.
To him that worketh.
Is the reward.
Right. So, no. Read the verse again. Read where you left off.
Verse 3.
Go ahead.
For what saith the scripture?
Right.
Abraham believed God, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Now to him that worketh is the reward.
Right. Now to him that worketh is the reward. Right? Meaning if it was about you had to do something, right? That you paid the debt and it's that. That's what it is, right? Oh, I paid the debt and I'm what? I'm righteous. You see that? Y'all get it? I paid it, I'm good. And that's what a lot of our people still do. That's the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Yeah. Oh, I wore the fringes. I come to the class on the Sabbath. I'm good. And they attribute that to their righteousness. When the Most High is telling us more has to happen. There's so many scriptures to go over with this. That's why I said we gotta hold off. You're like, well, you're breaking it down now, but the precepts just give it way more clarity and understanding. Go ahead.
Not reckoned of grace.
See, if it would be you paid a debt, if it would just be about you paid the debt, then where would the grace be? What would the point of Yahweh Shai be if it was just about you paid the debt? So this is how you know he's talking to them about there's something that had to be mingled, faith and works. It wasn't just, let me dial that back. Faith, works, and grace. Like all these things are intertwined, right? Because why? No matter how much faith you have, right? You don't have enough faith. Right? You see yourself falling short, and you're like, once again, if I would have, I've been in the truth this amount of time. I doubt all the time. I have to catch myself doubting. Who doesn't, right? Once again, the only difference is I catch myself. I'm like, there you go with that demon. You know what I mean? And you got to repeat and quote to yourself scriptures, right? So faith, then works. You know what happens when brothers and sisters say works? Oh, what? I gave out a flyer out. I gave my arms out. I wore my fringe out. Think about it. If that was the case, then we wouldn't need Christ at all. We just do the law, but we didn't do the law, right? And then we're understanding that truthfully, it's not enough faith, it's not enough works. That's why Yahweh Shai added the grace in the middle. Because we need him above all. Because there's not, as much as we strive to keep the law, we still fall short. It doesn't matter. Right? As much as we try to keep the spirit of the law, and you're like, man, I'm a humble brother. You just knock yourself down a few inches of humility because you said that out of your mouth. You're not yet the epitome of humility. Right? And then when you think you're the humblest brother, you bump into that other brother where he's eating what you talking about. And you're like, what the fuck? What is your problem, huh? You getting all out of hand and you're realizing, damn, I can't endure punishment and pain and all these things like I thought I was. I am not as humble as I thought I was. You thought you was patient. You thought you was kind. You thought you was brotherly. Yeah, we fall short in all these things. So grace has to be there to be able to, in the end, come back and say, look, I see your heart. I see where you were. What you had and what you were, you use that to your best ability. And that's what it's going to be. That's why you're going to be in the truth 30 years. And the guy that comes in the last week that Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to judge the same way. The scriptures tell you that. He's going to judge the same way. He's going to judge off of your faith, your works, and your grace. The grace you've been given. And you believed? Okay, we see that. And then the only thing you could do was give a cup of water. You gave that damn cup of water with your heart. You know what? I'm gonna give you grace because you love to give that damn cup of water. That's grace, right? But think about it. All you did was give a cup of water, and this other brother received the work at the beginning of the day. He was sweating. He was toiling. That's why it says they got the same penny you got. See? The reward was the grace that we were given. So this is what he's showing us. He's showing Israelites because what was Israel's problem? We were caught up into the law and we weren't caught up into the spirituality of the law. We would try to justify ourselves because of our fringe, because of the Sabbath, but in our mind was evil in a lot of places. So he was checking them on that. Go ahead.
But of debt.
But of debt. See, if it wasn't of grace, it would have just been, you pay the debt, you're done. Salvation is for you. Oh, your turn. You pay the debt? Okay, you can enter into the kingdom. We wish it was that easy, right? But the Most High is not letting the rich, because everybody just have to do what? Fake it. Fake it till they make it. Or the rich pay the debt. Right? Go ahead.
But to him that worketh not.
But to him that worketh not. And you didn't do no work to be here. You actually did the opposite. You were filthy. You were disgusting. You were nasty. Your brain is out of order. Your spirit's out of order. And you're like, the kids are like, well, I didn't do nothing. You was born into sin. Look at you now. You're a damn mess. Right? So you can't justify yourself and say, well, I didn't fornicate. I didn't do this. You're a mess spiritually. You got a lot of envy. Right? So you see that? There's no way to escape to be able to say, I need Yahweh Shai to give me this grace so I can have the opportunity, the chance. And that's what he was reminding us about. Go ahead.
But believe it on him.
But believe on him. So what's the first step? Even with our kids. When we start teaching them, right, and showing them, and they don't know Yahweh, they got to believe that he is And when they believe that he is, they will enjoy doing the Sabbath. They will enjoy doing the feast days. If they don't believe, watch. They'll sit there what? The feast days, they be up in awkward. We done yet? They don't believe. That's what belief. If your belief is not there, your faith is not there, your works won't show out anyway. And that's what was happening. They were killing their apostles, killing the prophets, killed Yahushua, but said they believe. Abraham's our father, really? Because you would do his works. You're your father, the devil. That's who your father is. See? Go ahead.
But believeth on him.
But believe on him, Yahushua, right? And we know what that means, right? It's going to tell us that what?
That justified the ungodly.
See, we know that. Wait a minute. Yahushua walked the walk, he talked the talk, and he laid the foundation for us to follow his example. We believe that. Yahushua was the highest example that the Most High gave us to follow, right? And if we follow that example and walk like his son, then we will be justified in the sight of the Father. That's what we believe. Simple. Simple as that. And if you don't believe that, then you don't believe in the Father because you don't believe in the Son. And you are none of his. You can't. You see, there's no way. Yahushua is the door. He's the access. You see, so that's what he's reminding them. Go ahead.
His faith is counted for righteousness.
See, now, because he did believe, now that faith is counted for righteousness. You know, because you believe, you know what? Come on through this door. And he knock on the next door. I got something for you. And he takes us through these spiritual doors that lead us eventually to the Father. Go ahead.
Even as David also described the blessedness of the man, unto whom God imputed righteousness without works.
See? So he's quoting David to remind us that David said, blessed is that man that imputed righteousness without works. Meaning what? It's easy, y'all. Don't overcomplicate this. When you came to the truth, were you pure? No. So he imputed in you righteousness, and guess what? You didn't have nothing to offer but filthiness, sin, and corruption. So it wasn't off of you did something right to get the truth. Nah. It was maybe after the fact, like Abraham. Because remember, Abraham, go kill your son. He could have easily said, hell no, you tripping. That ain't the Most High. This ain't the truth. You know what I mean? How's these push-ups the truth? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This ain't the Most High. He could have even said that. It's like, when has ever the Lord accepted a human sacrifice? This is, nah, I'm not doing this. But he said, okay. Then he went, and afterwards, it revealed through works. But didn't he have to say okay at first? Yeah, that's what made him pack his bags, pack the wood, pack his son up. Let's go do this. What are we finna do? Do a sacrifice for the Lord. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7.
So you get that?
Concept.
So, once again, we'll go over with the precepts in its entirety because it's not really that complicated. If you read 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight through, you really understand. You start seeing that, damn, he is a bad mamma jamma. He's beautiful with the word of the Most High. And all of it's true, right? Because he comes back, like he said in chapter 3. He comes back in chapter 4. Then he comes back in chapter 6 and tells you about grace, right? Then he comes back and tells you, if you thought, oh, you know what? The law wasn't needed in chapter 7. If that was your mind, like the law's not needed, chapter 7, knock that out. Then he comes back in chapter 8 and hits you on the grace. 6 is grace. 8 is about being carnally minded and being in the spirit. See, so if you read it all the way through, you start seeing and it starts getting clearer, right? So we'll go over that. Any quick one? Any other quick one? Yeah, what's up?
Was Luke 1 and 17 help prove that John came in the spirit of Elijah?
Okay.
I think I already have the answer, but I just want to be,
Yes, sir. We're 2 3
Luke.
is. Mhm.
calm. Luke chapter 1 and verse 17. And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers of the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just,
Right.
to make ready a people prepared for the Lord.
Right. And that goes with where Yahushua out of his own mouth,
Calm. Matthew 11:14.
yeah,
Calm.
he said what? He is Elijah.
Calm.
He plain out said it.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like here's worded maybe saying, oh, see, he was in the spirit. He wasn't really him. There he tells you, no, that was Elijah. So it makes it clear. Yeah, that goes with it. All right. So tonight's topic, talking about okay. Tonight, yeah, carnality, the age of carnality. Because what are we in? What are we looking for out of the kingdom? You know, I didn't throw it in here, but let's get that one. I think I didn't throw it in here. Let's go to the. Let's go to Corinthians. Go to. It is in Corinthians. Yeah, we need to go over that. I was like, man, I got a precept. We got to precept that out of space dealing with that. That Romans 4. Go to, actually, the one I'm looking for is Romans 14 and 17. Romans 14 and 17. So the first point we're going to touch on is the Most High, the whole point of the truth is to do away with the carnal. The whole point of this knowledge is to do away with the carnal. Right? So read that.
Romans chapter 14 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
For the kingdom of God is not meat and drink, but righteousness and peace.
Why did he have to remind us that? Because a lot of us think that, you know, we want to end the kingdom with Yahushua and all the brothers and sisters cooling out, having fun, drinking yayan with Yahushua. That's what we like. We're like, bro, in the kingdom, man, I'm be getting faded, man. You know what I mean? Where the like the ancient, you got the right?
You got the big turkey bone.
You got the big turkey bone, and you just I don't know what you gonna be doing. Why Esau's licking between these toes?
Right,
You know what I mean? I would be spitting liquor out of damn anybody. You just cut me, right? The Most High said the kingdom of heaven is not meat and drink. We are gonna get that. But is that what the kingdom is about? Is that what this thing's about? Like, think about everything we're pursuing is opposite of what is here. Like, everything you're pursuing is opposite of what's here. Like, so, what are you training yourself to be? Disappointed? You know what I mean? A lot of brothers and sisters train themselves to be disappointed. Like, because what do you take pride in? A lot of our people take pride in the carnality. And that's what, this is why the class is the age of carnality, because everything we aspire to, right? It's physical, it's carnal pleasures. But we got to remember the kingdom of heaven is just not, it's not just about us sitting down drinking with Yahushua. It's about that, the whole, everything we pursue is going to be different. Like we talked about it before. Do you think women are going to be the whole aspiration of your being, your breath, And when you wake up in the morning, that when you roll over and you look at your beautiful rib, you're just gonna breathe out and now I'm at ease. I'm in heaven. Because that's what this age is now, right? Peace.
Oh.
Peace.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I mean? This now.
Okay.
Now. You know what I mean? Is that gonna be in the kingdom? Your hopes and aspiration to see your boo every day. I just want to look at her in the sun. She makes me, or he makes me, you know what I mean? Think about it. That's gonna, don't get me wrong. That is gonna be there, but do you think our minds is gonna be just thinking on that? You think that's what it's, that like now, what do you aspire for? It's all carnal. Everything to feed the flesh. Money, clothes, woman, man, vehicle, house. Everything is carnal because that's what age we're in. We're in an age, man, that it's not. It doesn't promote anything spiritual. And unfortunately, some of us are lower in that. Like, yeah, money, but I'll kill for money. Right? Yeah, woman, and I'll rape a woman. Like, you got levels of how base we are within this carnality. Like, some people like get a job, do what they gotta do, right? You're still pursuing this carnal mind, right? But some people will kill your ass over that dollar. That crack vibe. They'll do anything to get the money. So this is what stage we're in. We gotta think about where's your head at when dealing with these carnal things. So read that one more time.
Romans chapter 14, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
For the kingdom of God is not meat and drink,
Right?
but righteousness.
But righteousness. That's why this time period has to end. Go to 2nd Ezra 9 and 6. This period is going to end. Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginning in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works.
Read it from the top, verse 6.
Verse 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
Right. So you see that? This place is ending. This time is ending. This period is ending. Like, that's what the Most High is doing to this kingdom. Like, so we have to remind ourselves that everything we take pride in and hope in and solace in, you got to ask yourself, man, you know, what happens when that's gone? You know, a lot of people, what makes you happy? Think about what makes you happy.
The fulfillment of joy.
The what?
The fulfillment of joy.
The fulfillment of joy, right? You know, what makes you happy? Man, when I get a nice burger, right? Right? Everybody starts smiling. You get that nice burger, the burger eater smile, right? Then we can talk about the lust of the flesh, right? You know, how deep you want to get. But it's some things, man, it ain't, I know this for a fact. I put this class together to remind us, like, when you smile, what makes you smile? Is it the spirit, or is this a physical thing?
Spirit, huh?
It should be. Unfortunately, it's not like that for everybody. It should be the spirit, but it's not. You know, a lot of people, the scripture is not the fulfillment of their essence. The word is not. When I get that word, I feel just at peace, right? That's literally not what happens, right? But this time is ending. Go ahead.
And every one that shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works.
Right. Go from there. Go to Isaiah 65 and 17. So I'm just showing you with these block of scriptures that this period is ending. What we got to establish that. first. This time, this essence, all this around us, right? The push for cars, the push for clothes, the push for women, the push for men. This time is ending. Isaiah 65 and 17.
God. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 17.
Go ahead.
For behold, I create new heavens
Right?
and new earth.
Yeah, the Most High is going to do a new thing. Literally, new way of thinking, new way of feeling. Have you, brothers and sisters, meditated on that? What is it to feel outside of your feelings now? I know, it doesn't even make sense. What is it to feel outside of your feelings now? Can you feel? Like, what happens when you step outside of what you desire and what makes you happy? Now, I don't want to go around and start asking everybody what makes you happy. Jehovah makes me happy. I know what I'm here. But really, you know and I know, we all know what makes you happy. What makes you joyous daily. How about if I word it this way? If we were to step outside of ourselves and think with a carnal mind, what are some things that make people happy?
This is what make me happy, y'all.
Huh?
This is what make me happy.
Sit down, all right. Get the hell. Sit down, all right. No, we don't need no damn caffeine right now. I want the truth because I want everybody to think. I wish it was that way. But what really makes you happy?
I tell you, being by myself, watching Netflix.
Right. Or what else? What makes some people happy? Some people, not you. But go ahead. Some people. Go ahead. What is it?
You got an answer for us.
Come on, now.
Mine is basic. I'm gonna just repeat the same thing.
Yahweh Shai, brother. What is it?
I'm gonna come back with it.
All right, what is it? See, this is a hard one. Yeah. Go ahead, sis. She gonna tell the truth, shame the devil, sis. Go ahead. Yeah, it makes you happy, right? You're like, you feel in the moment, you know, it takes you out of whatever else because somebody makes me smile, somebody makes me laugh. You know, that brings you in that moment of peace, right? Which is not wrong. Remember, don't get what I'm saying as a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad to have a burger or to enjoy that. But those things that make us happy, brother, do you really think it's going to be like that in the kingdom? Like, it's those things that you're like, well, that's life, ain't it? Like, you're not getting it. Everything we think now, the way we feel now is going to be different.
No.
It just is going to be different. I'm going to say it again, and y'all heard me say this before. What happens when there's no cars? You got chariots, UFOs, right? What happens when there's no, when the food is no longer the essence of life, right? Like you get that, but you're waiting for that burger. What happens when all the food is good? And that's, you eat and that's, oh, it's good, but it's not like now. Like some people get in the car, get that burger, they buy themselves, and literally, it's like the sister just said, somebody making her laugh, but that brother's eating that burger and like, damn, this is life right here. Or the dope fiend, the one, you know, taking that, right? Or hit that line of coke, you're like, this is it. Like, how many people live like that? That's reality. Y'all, stop acting like that ain't reality. It's something. It's something. But think about it. The new heaven and the new earth is not going to be none of that. It's not going to be crack. It's not going to be Netflix. It's not going to be your iPhone. Blacking out on your iPhone. Like, yeah, you just like, what's up with you? I'm good. Like, bro, you're out of there. Your brain ain't even in reality no more, right? that is not going to be the things that make you at peace. Right? It's not. Why it makes us at peace now is because we're in turmoil, we're in pain, we're in suffering. So you need a damn moment to what? You need a moment away of every damn thing. So you look at your child running, and you're like, man, this is peace right here. I can see my child running and playing and smiling and enjoying his vanity. You enjoy his vanity. And in your vanity, you enjoy your vanity too, right? So we have to see that you know, I'm trying to remind y'all what you're fighting for. You know, so you can come to reality to know that it's going to be different and it's supposed to be. You know, and to see all the things that we enjoy now, it's not nothing to really enjoy. Because it's all but for a moment. You're going to live those good moments all the time. Read that one more time.
For behold, I create new heaven,
Right?
and new earth,
Right?
and the former shall not be remembered.
The former, you're not even going to think about it. All right? They ain't going to be thinking about Ram. Remember when Drew Hill dropped that album? That's what you think you're going to be in the kingdom? You remember when Drew Hill, or I don't even know if there's any R&B singers no more. There's probably no such thing as R&B singing anymore, right? Who? I'm talking about real R&B singers?
They got R&B singers.
Who's the new one?
This is underground. You gotta catch some underground.
Oh, it's underground. They're underground rappers now.
Well, at the time.
I know. But you think about it, nobody's going to be sitting back in the kingdom of the Most High talking about, man, remember, man, when we had to work all those jobs all the time? I'm just reminiscing. Like, who's going to be doing that in the kingdom? Hell no. You be out of your damn mind. We're going to be evolutions ahead of our thinking. And that's where our mind got to be now. The truth has to take us to this level of evolving to really understand what is true peace. What is true tranquility. True joy. Now, I'm going to say it again. I don't want y'all to think it's wrong for somebody to make you smile, for you to eat the burger, you know what I mean, and rejoice in that for a little bit of next. That's part of our vanity, right? Right? You take out the little moment with your rib and Netflix, watch a movie, and you know, sit there with your dog, sit there with your kid, your child, and do it that way, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But y'all getting this, right? That the new heavens and the new earth ain't going to be what is old. All that's going to be wiped the hell off the face of the earth. So how do I recalibrate my feelings? What is my mind on now? Where's my treasure at now? Because I'm going to be disappointed if my mind is in the wrong place. So I will create, go ahead.
The former shall not be remembered.
Go ahead.
Nor come to mind.
Nor come into mind. Bro, you ain't gonna think about it. 1 Corinthians 7:3, 1 John 2:17. You're not even gonna think about it. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3. That the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
That the husband, no, 7:31. Did I say 13?
Verse
I'm
31.
dyslexic. I didn't read that backward. Go ahead.
And they that use this word as not abusing.
Right?
For the fashion of this world passeth away.
The fashion of this world passeth away. So what do you mean by fashion? The dress? Well, that word fashion means let's get the definition instead of me messing this one up. I want to get a little bit deeper instead of me being vague. The fashion.
Fashion.
Uh-huh.
The make or form of anything.
Yeah.
The state of anything.
The state. The state of this world. The dress, the walk, the talk, the living. That's why you got to ask yourself, are you happy with the knowledge of the Most High? That's what this is about. Are you happy? Hey, wait for it to be over. Like, damn, when is something going to change? You got a problem. Yeah, you got to change this. But that's the point, though. It's like backwards. You're supposed to be evolving to create this mind state as opposed to running. Because think about it. You're literally facing the east and praying, Yahweh, bring on the new kingdom, new earth. Yahweh, destroy the old. Take away these things. You're praying for it, but then in the middle of it, you're like not accepting the evolving mind to the kingdom. That's backwards. You see why a lot of brothers and sisters go crazy in the truth? Man, the truth messed me up. Yeah, because you literally come into the truth. You didn't accept it, but you got some false fear, and you really ain't one with it. You got to really understand what the truth has done and done for you. Or else you're going to sit in this loop of pain. You know what? I can't accept that. You can't accept what? I just can't accept a man having more than one woman. Like, why is that always the subject? Like, the whole truth is, for some women, is based on that. Like Yahweh Shai said, kingdom or man having more than one woman. You're just going to have to kill me, Yahweh Shai. Okay, line your dumb ass up. Because really? Is that it? You know, and it's no different for men. Men got there. I guarantee you there's something that each and every brother doesn't want to stop doing based on the gospel. And it was hard as hell. Right? Me and my rib, we dressed up like cats when we made love. You know, we have to stop that? Damn. I don't understand why, huh? How you gonna look at me on the podium dressing like a cat and go home and say meow? And you don't think nothing's wrong with that? Really, it's me and my rib. I'm just saying. Come on, now. See, you gotta understand how to accept what the Most High has given. And there's something in the gospel that each and every one of us hasn't accepted. Period. You haven't accepted it, huh? That's true. Yeah, you haven't. You don't want to bend to it. Like, it's hard. It's harder than the pork and the pepperoni pizza. You're like, you gave that up like nothing, right? But this right here, I just can't get over it. I just can't get over that. And Yahweh Shai literally is going to have to show up with 1,000,000 angels for me to get over it. When he shows up, you know, yeah, I'll be scared out of my ass. I'll get over it. But it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? The fashion of this world passes away. 1 John 2:17.
1 John chapter 2, verse 17.
1 John 2:17. Go ahead.
And the world passeth away.
This world passing away, Akim. America is going to be a heap of fire, a bomb, the biggest bonfire you've ever seen in the world, according to Revelations 18. It will be a continual memorial that when we look across from Jerusalem, you're going to see a burning flame. Right? That's what the Most High is going to do to this place. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. And that's what we got to get prepared for. So, are you prepared for that? You trying to tell me the only time you're going to accept we need to be united is when Christ come back? The only time, nah. I can do the truth, but I can't do unity. I can't do brotherhood. I can't sit around people. Like, pick and choose what word you're trying to use to describe when you don't need to be your brother's keeper. We need each other. We are all we got. We are all we got. You're going to see that as the world breaks down. We noticed that in COVID. You notice that. We know that, like Texas, when we had the blackout, it was beautiful. Hey, brothers, come on over here. We got lights.
The ice storm?
Yeah, the ice storm. We're like, come on over. Bro, it's freezing over here. We're gonna stick it together. Your ass gonna be alone, right, in that house, right, by yourself. Or even worse, you're gonna be amongst inordinate people with disgruntled as hell. Family that can't focus and deal with each other. See, we supposed to be evolving into the mind of the Most High. If the Most High said brotherhood, then who the hell am I? How good and how pleasant is for the brothers to dwell together in unity. How do I get to that level, man, to really start learning the brotherhood, the sisterhood? Learning y'all. Like, I didn't know real brotherhood. I'm not telling y'all this just to vibe with you. I didn't really know real brotherhood in the truth until you start really understanding what is real brotherhood. You think real brotherhood is just giving the scriptures to somebody. Well, how do you love a brother like David loved Jonathan? How do you love that? Like real brotherhood. Like, damn, it's good to see you. You know, I sent me stuff. I was like, Slum, what's going on? Because I haven't hit him up in a while. It's funny as hell. When he sent me, he said, I gotta read this to you. Missing y'all like collard greens, cornbread, southern battered fish, fried, cod, hot sauce, okra gumbo, oxtails, jerk chicken, curry goat. He said, leg of lamb on the fire. I said, man, that's beautiful. I laughing my ass. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's funny. But how many of us can have that love of the brotherhood as opposed to I just show up? You know what I mean? I just show up, you know, shalom, I don't really know you. Well, we gotta get to know each other. You see, and there's something, y'all, we can pick one. We can do this all day, right? That what, you just don't, that irritates you or messes with you. But according to the Bible, it's supposed to be working towards what the mind of Yahushua was, right?
Now, I like that you bring it up because, I mean, in this time that we're in, the truth is being spread, right? And you have brothers and sisters identifying that they're Hebrew Israelites. But what happens is they're still trapped in the carnal mind. We dealt with a brother today. The brother said, what? I don't have time for camp because I work too hard.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, now.
I work too hard. I don't have time for camps.
Bruh.
But I'm studying though.
I got
precepts, I got verses.
Shaquat tried to tell the brother AI, you know, we talk about that little nudge, AI, you know, get in class. We need to see you. You know what I mean? And you thinking like, oh, I'm doing a good thing in Yahushua. I'm busy. I'm doing this. It's like, okay. You get that. What do you do? Like, that's the value. People have to see the value of this, period. Yahushua saw the value. You know what I mean? That's why he did what he did. He laid down the road. Peter, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all these men, Elijah, Elisha, they seen the value of it. And remember, I'm not focusing on brotherhood. I'm generalizing, like, maybe that is the one thing that is bothering you. Like, you don't like people. You know what I mean? I just can't chill with people. I can't vibe with people. But the next brother is dealing with something totally different. We got to shake these things for the spirit of the Most High, man. These things are going to be done away with, and we're going to have to stand in the spirit of the Father. Go ahead.
Come.
Where you at?
I'm at 1 John chapter 2, verse 17.
Go ahead.
And the world passeth away.
Read.
And the lust thereof.
The lust is what? What you desire in it. The lust of the world is what is desired in this world. This fashion is leaving. Everything we desire and wake up to, you will not wake up to that anymore. You will not feel like that anymore. You will not want that anymore. It won't be the same. See? And it's just not about meat and drink and a man shall take hold, one man shall, 7 women shall take hold of one man. It's going to be more than that. I keep saying it. Women are going to be the least of your problems. Think about rappers. They're in hell, captivity. You think they focus on women? Or do women just pour themselves to them?
Women just pour themselves out.
They just pour themselves to them. You think Usher's thinking like, man, you know what? I want to get in these streets to get me something. They come to him, he poured himself Chris Brown. They're paying $1,000 to see him take a picture with this guy. Who paying you $1,000 to take a picture with you? Huh? Now, if your ribs love you, tell them, slide it in the account. You can take it back out later. At least fake it. You know what I mean? No, but seriously, right? Like, think about it. You think they were thinking about women? There's a whole different thought process.
Yeah.
Now, here's the different thing. Their thought process, they can't fathom and really understand the way of living righteous. So don't attribute that and say, well, damn, are they free? No, they're in captivity. We know that. Their minds is in captivity. They're worse off because it's all about the lust of the flesh. They don't got the Father in their thoughts. But that's what this world is about. This world is about not having the Father in anything we do. And it's to keep you occupied in everything else and not really trying to embody what it is Yahweh Shai wants you to be. And that's what we're supposed to keep in mind all the time. And remember, damn, wait a minute, man. I gotta remember, I gotta embody, enjoy these things that the Most High is showing me. What is he showing me here? Stop showing up like it's church. What is the Most High showing me about myself? And a lot of times, because you don't do that, you don't really grow inwardly, spiritually, mentally. You're here physically, I get it. You're here physically, but your mind is like in the moment. And a lot of times, you're like, ah, damn. Like what it says, affliction maketh the wise man mad, right? The burden of captivity, right? But you got to step outside of that a little bit and understand you can't just get caught up on the vanity of the vanities, right? What's up with you, Doc? Hell. Vanity, Doc. What's going on with you? How's your day? Captivity. That right? Captivity, Doc. What's going on today, man? You know what it is. It's like, man, you sound like there's nothing. Go ahead.
You can tell when somebody ready to Ecclesiastes. As soon as Kermit got into it, it's vanity.
Yeah, vanity. Hell yeah, vanity of vanities, huh? I didn't even put none of that in here, but that's the realness, though. But it's like you still enjoy your moments, but you gotta realize it's all worth nothing. It's all worth nothing. Like if Yahweh Shai is not in the middle of this, think about it. You still be oblivious to reality, to what's going on, talking about, man, who you voting for, not knowing that that's a game, right? What we sipping tonight? Damn, we keep doing this? How was your fourth? What we smoking tonight? That's it? You see, that's why it's vanity, right? What you was gonna say?
The thought that I had is when you look at what Yahweh told Eve, that your desire shall be towards your husband.
Right.
That's the mind I've been making ready in my mind, right? Let my desires be what Yahweh wants them to be. You know, what his word already said. So I'm conditioning my mind like Eve had to condition herself, right? To always understand that and always walk in that, to know that her desire will be to her husband. So our desire, or my desire, has to be toward the Father. And how to please the Father, you know, how to follow his command. You know, when I hear it, condition myself, train myself to fall in line. You know, that's how I see it, and how I have to prepare myself each day to do that.
So there's a few different dynamics of this topic. Is us to understand why not to value the physical and the carnal things is one of them. Is like to really understand that these things are just temporary and they're trash. It's trash.
verse 16.
Right. Right. Go ahead. You said verse 16. Okay, jump up.
Con. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16.
Go ahead.
For all that is in the world
Right. Go ahead.
is the lust of the flesh,
Go ahead.
and the lust of the eye,
Uh-huh.
and the pride of life.
Wait, Shalom, sir, Salakia, YouTube. Oh, you got it fixed? Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Is not of the Father,
Right. Go ahead.
but of the world.
Right, but with the world. So, I mean, we got to realize that this is going to be done away with. 1 Corinthians 15 and 42. 1 Corinthians 15 and 42. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 42.
Uh-huh.
So also is the resurrection of the dead.
Uh-huh.
It is sown in the corruption.
That's it. Why did I throw this one in here? To remind us what we're dealing with. We're dealing with corruption, y'all. Like, when the Most High said the fashion of this world passeth away, we're trying to be the ones that are resurrected physically. Like if we had to die here, and spiritually. That's supposed to be happening. The physical resurrection is, of course, what we're pushing for, because you never know. Any one of us can kick the bucket at any time, right? And we supposed to realize the spiritual resurrection. But are you realizing how to hate the evil? How you hate the evil? Like, to really understand that why to invest in the spirit of the Most High. Thinking, emotions, right? Your love, because it's corrupt. It's corrupt, man. We're supposed to be resurrecting from this pollution, this corruption that got us. And the more and more we get in the book, this is why I'm understanding more and more people that don't study why you're oblivious to what is going on. Like, you got so many brothers and sisters that really ain't in this book. I mean, really studying and meditating and letting the Bible be your mantra. A lot, like, you're not gonna, like, when I talk to Quatazap and Zion, I'm like, bro, you guys are studying. You in the book. Because we can talk for hours and it's constantly evolving. And you know it. You're like, man, damn, I didn't look at it that way. You're being fed by that. Like, you can do that with yourselves and with your husband and with your wife if you're in the book. But when you're not studying, you're going through motions. What's going to happen? I'm going to wake up today, go to the zone, go do my job. Oh yeah, but where's your head at? You're resenting, regretting, blah, I don't want to do this. Here you go again. Here it is. You're not embodying the spiritual. So what happens? We become just like them in the world. Right? Ready to clock out. Ready to clock out. So you got to be in the book to really start more and more being emotionally attached to what the Most High is telling us. Y'all see that? Okay, go ahead. You got something?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
It's funny because the brothers talk about it today. If you don't put off the carnal, you don't put off the worldly, you're gonna have the fringes on, but you're still dealing with a double mind. You're still gonna be doubtful. You're still gonna be lustful. You're still gonna have all of these carnal. When can I get one?
Yeah.
2nd Ezra 14:14.
God.
Read that real quick.
2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
Why? Because the cares of this world, what do they add to you? Stress, depression, fear, right? You chasing a bag that you can never catch, right? With a hole in it, right? You all about living for her, but then she still don't show you that you anything of value to her, right? You giving yourself to her, but then she's like, okay, well, if you leave. It don't even matter. We have to separate from the things that are killing us. The mortal, the carnal thoughts. Go ahead.
Cast away the burdens of men.
Right, because they do what? They keep you in bondage. The scripture says, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you what?
Free.
Right, so I'm not meditating on, damn, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna pay these bills. I'm gonna pay my bills. I'm gonna counsel about paying my bills.
But daily,
Right.
your existence,
Huh.
your mental, like if you were to cut your brain into pieces,
Right.
like majority of it any day,
70%.
70% is like, how I'm gonna get this money.
30% for the Most High. That's only on the Sabbath.
Yeah,
That's how it be for a lot of brothers.
it is consuming.
So you don't, so no one can see the truth as good to you. You're just looking like another version of Christianity, another version of a Bible person. This is supposed, like we were talking about it. The brother Zion talks about the mind of 144,000. The brothers in San Antonio talk about the 144,000 mentality. What is in your mind? What takes up space in your mind? What is it say? Who lives rent free in your mind? Is it spiritual things or is it the flesh? Is it mortal things? Spiritual. That's what it's supposed to be, and you'll see that. Because anything else going to have you burdened. You're going to come to class looking at your watch like, damn, I got to get home because tomorrow I got to get to work. Make the boss. Everything is always about Esau, the world, the nation, but the Most High gets a small portion. Our people get a small portion. We'll sacrifice for them, but then it's like, well, why I got to do that for the body? Why do I got to be unified? You're unified with your job. Every day you're clocked in, you're unified with your co-workers. But because you don't get something carnal or mortal in your hand, this is not a value. So what does the kingdom really mean to you? You realize there's going to be no paychecks, and no 401ks, right? Retirement or trips to Hawaii. Now, like you said, it is going to be the rewards. There's going to be some things. You're going to feast. And what is the feast? We're going to eat, we're going to drink, and it's going to be unified. But what is it? To sit back and think about, I got peace in my mind. You got peace in your mind. There's no more sexy breads. There's no more crack epidemics. There's no more us having to trust in another daggone oppressor. I don't care where I'm at. Put me in the desert. Put me in a hut. Put me in the TV. Put me in a palace. That's heaven for me. Because you don't have that burden. My people don't have. Our people don't have that burden. Read.
Put off now the weak nation.
Because it makes you weak. How many people are sitting with 700 credit scores, but as soon as they wife you, it's like, oh, this killed me, right? Your Maserati got stolen. All these carnal things that are temporary. Yeah. As soon as they get taken away, you're now what, weak. I look at how weak we can be sometimes, just going through a little trial of adversity. Look at what our ancestors had to do. We can't even bear a portion of what they went through. Why? Because we chase mortal things without it.
Right. No, that's right on point. Glasses. That's right on point. Now go from there. Read that again. 1 Corinthians. Beautiful.
1 Corinthians 15 and verse 42.
Uh-huh.
So also is the resurrection of the dead.
Uh-huh.
It is sown in corruption.
That's the point of all of this. For us to understand there's no necessity for corruption. There's nothing to fight over, to glory in about this. Like, this is not a joyful ride. This is not like something that, man, I could do this forever. Could you do this forever? Hell nah. So, are we seeing the other side? Go ahead.
It is raised in incorruption.
It is raised in incorruption. Like, are we seeing the value of incorruption? And are we pursuing that, right? Are we pursuing the things that matter? Romans 8:21. Romans 8:21. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 8, verse 21. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption.
That's weird. I love that scripture. That's it on that. I love that scripture. Read it one more time.
Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption.
See, are you being delivered or are you being burdened? Right? How many of us think about the truth like that? Like, you're wasting my time. This is something that is wasting my time. This is something that I gotta do that. Right? As opposed to the wisdom of the Most High delivered me from corruption. I know when we go over these classes, I'm not sure if y'all kind of really understand what's going on, that we're the Most High is supposed to be taking your mind. Because a lot of times, you're like, it's a good class, but you go right back and be who you are. Like it says, you look in the mirror, you see what type of man or man you are. You forget what type of man or man you are, or woman you are, and you're that forgetful here, not knowing that. How do you embody the knowledge, the truth? So I just wanted to go over this to remind brothers, like, you taking pride into something that's going to be destroyed. So what happens then when you took, you know, it was your dog, you know, it was your cat, it was your 401k. Well, we know because when you lose those things, you lose your damn mind, right? Go ahead.
Into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High.
Check this out. Into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. And that's what we are supposed to be pursuing. That's what we are. We're not pursuing. We're the children of the Most High. And we want liberty. True freedom. Not this dream they gave us. Because it's a damn nightmare. But what has to go? 2 Corinthians 4:11. What has to go? I said Corinthians, I don't know why. I'm looking at 2nd Esdras, 4:11. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra, chapter 4, verse 11. How should thy vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the highest?
Go ahead.
And the world being now outwardly corrupted, to understand the corruption that is evident in my sight.
See, how that got to be done away with. Are you understanding how much the Most High hates this? Are you understanding how much corruption is on this earth? That's what he says. Like, going back to the 1 Corinthians 15:42. They're shown in corruption. Do you see how corrupted we are in the things that corrupt you? Or do you take joy in it? Well, the children of the devil are going to take joy in it. Right. The children of the light, we're going to reject this. We hate it.
We loathe it.
The truth, we loathe it. The truth is not hard for us. It's not hard for us to see that this place is damn darkness. It's filthy. It's disgusting. It's polluted, and it will destroy you. It's not hard. With a sword destruction, right? Go ahead.
Then said I unto him, it were better that we were not at all.
No. Read that 11 again.
How should thy vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the highest?
The only way is the Most High give you the Spirit. Go ahead.
And the world being now outwardly corrupted.
Read.
To understand the corruption that is evident in my sight.
Right. See, the only way you're going to understand the corruption and how much the Most High hates it is with the Spirit of the Most High. These are the things that got to go. And if you ain't in the Spirit, what happens? A carnal mind can't understand the things of the Spirit. You ain't going to understand. You're going to be like, bro, you go, that's deep and all. It's deep and all, but like, what do you mean? What does the hell does that mean? It is deep. It's deeper than you really can comprehend it. That's what the Most High is telling us. 2nd Ezra 7:41. 2nd Ezra 7:41. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 41.
Go ahead.
Even so now, seeing corruption is growing up.
Yeah, do you not see that? That's the point of this topic is for you to see that this being, this existence is corruption. It's filthy. It's polluted. Are we going to see it like the Most High, or are we going to see it like you, the carnal minds? Go ahead.
And wickedness increased.
Read.
And the righteous have prayed for the ungodly.
Go ahead.
Wherefore shall it not be so now also?
Go ahead.
He answered me and said, This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide.
See? This life right now This glory don't abide here. But how many of us feel that way? Like, how many of us can be present in the spirit and be like, you know what? Man, we got something to look forward to, a kingdom to come. I'm still fighting for that kingdom. I still believe in that kingdom. People are like, man, y'all are stupid. Y'all are dumb. You know, thinking there's a heaven. You really think a Jesus Christ is going to come back in UFOs with millions of angels to come fight for you?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, buddy. If I don't believe this, you're going to have hell on your hands. You know what I mean? So let me believe. Because I am going to believe this. You know what I mean? Why? Because you know the spirit to be true, right? They don't see it. They're not faithful. They walk on in darkness. So yes, I will believe this. It's a fairy tale. All right, well, I'll believe the fairy tale, right? While the Most High keep tearing this damn place down. While everybody else outside of the fairy tale is corrupted, emotionally, mentally, psychologically distraught.
I'll take the fairy tale.
I'll take the fairy
American
tale.
dream. You take the American dream.
Yeah, right.
How's that working for the citizens of America?
See, and that's why nobody can get through my head on this. You know, the Bible's not real. It's like, it's crazy because my reality and your reality is both not real, right? But who's at peace and who's not? Who's destroyed and who's not?
Popping pills just to get by.
Who's popping pills to get by and who's not? So that reality to me don't mean nothing. Like, you gotta you gotta go sleep with 50,000 women or 50,000 men to have your wusa, right? See, so you can't psychologically beat me, you know what I mean? Because I'm watching all of this and we know it's corrupt, right? We know it's filthy. Go from there, go to Ecclesiasticus 31:5. So that's what Ezra knew, man. That's what the prophets knew. The Most High showed us this. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 31, verse 5.
Go ahead.
He that loveth gold shall not be justified.
Yeah, like all your investments, you love, it was all about money. That's gone, huh? Everything, the Most High said, this passeth away. You know, you buried it in this place over here. The Most High said, money in those days should be accounted for nothing. Right? And that's the problem, that all our people is chase money. And what happens when you keep chasing the damn carrot and you never get it? Who's been, I am 49 something. I've been playing the lotto since I was a kid. My mama's been playing the lotto. That's almost 50 years, You chase this dream and you're like, man, one day I'm gonna be a millionaire. Not saying don't play the lotto. Not saying, hey, don't keep hope alive. But if your only goal is that life is gonna change when I win that lotto, then you're not living in reality. What?
Because even the rappers say more money, more problems.
Right.
It's not the answer.
And that's the point. Corruption, the physical, the carnal, the physical things around us is not the answer. That's the point of this. Go ahead, read down to verse 13.
And he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof.
See? So what is this about? That's part of the corruption. We're not saying money itself. See, the point is he's breaking down that corruption and all the things that corrupt us. Those things are going to fail. The scriptures say where moth and rust doeth corrupt. Right? These things are temporary. Right? Go ahead.
Gold hath been the ruin of many.
Right. Money and the things that you put as value has been the ruin of many. Now, this is not saying we're not going to work or we're not, we're quitting our jobs tomorrow. Right? You got to pay bills, right? Money's a defense. This is about chasing corruption. This is about chasing the things that have no value. And that you're not psychologically pleased or at ease unless you have these things. You see? Go ahead.
And their destruction was present.
And the destruction was what?
Was present.
See? And that's why when you look at the world, when you look at our people, because the white man gave us what? The American dream, which is what? The white picket fence, right? The Lambo, 2.5 kids, right? 2.5, right? Did I say the white picket fence? And that's it. You up there. Yeah, but you didn't know. You got the Lambo, you got the white picket fence, but you got 5 baby mamas. So now all you're doing is working to pay that child support. It's false, man. Everything this world has to offer us is a booby prize. Go ahead.
It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it.
See? And all these things that yields corruption in this world is a thing that's going to make you fall. Go ahead.
And every fool shall be taken therewith.
Every what?
Every fool shall be taken therewith.
What are you chasing, brother? What are you chasing? What's a value to you? I know this is talk. You're like, well, let's talking about money. Bro, you put things up valuable before the Father. That is corruption. And what is more valuable than your spirit or your soul and righteousness? I know we're actually godly people, that right? But there's some people that will what? Bend over for less. They give up that shoot for less. Go ahead.
Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish.
Right.
And have not gone after gold.
See? Why? Why? Wait a minute. But how am I going to be rich and then not gone after gold? Because money wasn't valuable. Not the desire of it. It wasn't the carnal things that's supposed to be desirable to us. It wasn't the physical things. Go ahead.
Who is he? And we will call him blessed.
Go ahead.
For wonderful things have he done among his people.
Go ahead.
Who have been tried thereby and found perfect.
See, this individual sees the value in doing for his nation. It ain't about just living to live and to be successful. What are we doing for the people? What are we doing for the nation? For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt? Do you still see the hurt? Or are you waxing fat and kicking? Huh? You good? And now you're like, you're at the sewing and now you don't know why you're doing these things. You start to lose focus. I mean, some of you don't even want to lift up a hand for your people, let alone see that what your purpose is. You're still chasing what? Gold, finances. Go ahead.
Then let him glory.
Right.
Who might offend and have not offended.
Go ahead.
Or done evil and have not done it.
Go ahead.
His goods shall be established.
What?
His goods shall be established.
Why? Because he did what? He laid himself treasures in heaven. It wasn't. These things in this life, we do it, we deal with it, we eat the right things, we keep the laws, but is that what we're supposed to die for? We're supposed to be ready to die for the truth. The thing that's most valuable. I know it sounds like a fortune cookie saying, but you're going to see the older you get, you're going to realize, damn, that was a waste of time. I could have been doing more over here. I could have been doing more of this. I could have been putting my spirit over here more. That would have been valuable. Go ahead.
And the congregation shall declare his alms.
Right.
If thou sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it, and say not, there is much meat on it.
Okay, go from there. Go to Romans 8 and 5. Let's reiterate it. We quoted it. Let's read that. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 8, verse 5.
Go ahead.
For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
See, and that's the point. That you're not going to see what is corruption. Your mind ain't going to be geared toward the Father if you're continually motivated by the things that please you. No, this don't make no sense. Go ahead.
But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Go ahead.
For For to be carnally minded is death.
Go ahead.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
I want peace. But certain the spiritual minded means what? I am not going to stress myself. Well, how am I not going to stress myself when I got to do this work? I gotta work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. See, you see, a carnal-minded man don't even know how to preserve his peace because his whole motive is for what? Carnal. It's to chase it, chase the things of the flesh. Women, cars, clothes, all these things is more value. That's why you got no peace. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters will never get peace no matter how long they be in the truth. There'll be a brain of chaos because their mind is not in the right place. Go ahead.
But because the carnal mind is enmity.
See, and then you're going to war. The carnal mind is what?
Enmity.
Is a war. With who?
Against the Most High.
Against the Father. So the things that the Father wants you to evolve into, you cannot see it. You will not see it. Because your whole motivation is the physical thing. Go ahead.
For it is not subject to the law of the Most High.
Go ahead.
Neither indeed can be.
See? Come on, man. Paul was cold. Proverbs 23 and 5. So just reminding us, man, that these things that are corrupted, they're going to fade away. They're going to fade away. That was the second point. I started that with 2 Corinthians 4 and 11. Go ahead.
Proverbs 23 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not?
See? Your husband could die tomorrow. Then what? All you want, you're only around because what? Your husband. Then what happens? When he dies, what? What do you have? You abandon the truth. That's it, right? Huh? Let me leave you with that one. How about that? If your husband died tonight, how many of you sisters will stay in the knowledge? No, please don't raise it. It was rhetorical. I don't want you to raise your hand. I want you to marinate on that shit. I want you to marinate on that one because I already know. You know what's up. Because a lot of you only are here because your husband brought you in. That's it. If he was a Muslim, you'd be chasing him over there talking about Assalamu alaikum. I know. The stuff I be saying sometimes be pissing cats off. I know. Because you know that I know. You know what's up. You know damn well if he was a Muslim, you'd been over there. Assalamu alaikum. Salim, sister. Salim. Doing the same damn thing because it's not about the Most High, it's about carnal. So you check your pedigree. Don't let that be the case. Understand why you're doing what you're doing and know that the carnal things, he can go. She can die. Right? The brother that brought you here, he'll leave. I mean, how many times does that happen? A brother brought you in and he's not in the truth no more. I mean, I could tell y'all stories about that. Many brothers that brought brothers in that ain't even around no more. They don't even believe. See? So, the Most High is telling us what?
Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven.
Right? So, these things are physical. They're going to go. They're carnal. They're going to go. Psalms 20 and 7. Psalms 20 verse 7. What you got? You want to answer? Go ahead. Okay, you can drop it. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 20 verse 7.
Go ahead.
Some trust in chariots and some in horses.
Right.
But we will remember the name of the Lord our God.
See? Some trust in chariots. They were doing it 1,000 years ago. What's different now?
Nothing new under the sun.
Huh?
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun, right?
Okay.
Like, what is certain brothers and sisters' motivation? Life. What's your motivation? Chariots? Money? Women? Cars? All right. Here, let me mix it up a little bit like everybody's going to sleep. Not really. Okay. Y'all just in thinking mode, I can tell. All right. So it's none of that. You're here for the Most High. Then why you don't act like it? Why are you not motivated? I'm here for Yahweh. Where's the drive? Where's the motivation? If you're here for the Most High. Because you act like what? The Most High ain't fun. The truth ain't fun. That you don't supposed to be aspiring to greatness in the truth. You act like what? It's just a pastime. Let me go day by day. Where's your aspirations in the truth? If I were to ask that, what are you aspiring to? To be forever trooper? To be forever sister that constantly gets counseled on the same thing over and over again? Is that what it is? What do you aspire to, man? I aspire to... Do you see this seat here? You see how my ass is in the seat? I want to make a dent in this boy, because this seat is going to be my seat forever. I ain't never going to leave this damn seat. Oh, man. Come on, man. We got to... if you're saying it's the truth, well, then aspire. Make change. Right? Bring forth growth. Evolve. Great. Read 20 and 7.
God. Some trust in chariots,
right?
And some in horses.
Read.
But we will remember the name of the Lord, our power.
27 and 24. And then Mom want to give me Job 1 and 14. You better read it to the bathroom. Yeah. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 27 and verse 4.
Right. Oh.
20. Proverbs 27, 24.
That's it. Okay. Proverbs 27, 24. Right. And then Job 1 and 14.
Proverbs.
Uh-huh.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 24. God endure to every generation.
I'm reaching for the crown. That doesn't last forever. The Spirit lasts forever. The Spirit brings peace. The Spirit brings longevity. Mama Woolley, get that Job 1 and 14. And then somebody else go to Ecclesiastes 5. So, this, once again, once again, this reminds us that what? This reminds us that the carnal things it don't last. It's not going to be here long. You might not be here long. Go ahead. Job 1 and 14.
Job chapter 1 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. Hey,
Shalom, your car was in the road and then somebody ran into it. Go ahead.
And
the Sabians.
The Sabians fell upon them.
Yeah, man. Hey, your rib was at the store. Somebody ran up and robbed her. Go ahead.
And took them away.
Like, 1 minute is there, next minute it can be gone. You put your trust in certain things that can fade away. Now what? Go ahead.
Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword.
Go ahead.
And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Right. See? All those carnal things you invested in, you took joy in, any minute can what? go away. And how does it come? 2s and 3s, right? So, one bad thing's happened. Then what else? Read on.
While he was yet speaking.
While he was yet speaking. Damn. So what happened? Your car broke down? Then what? Right? Go ahead.
There came also another. And said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven and hath burnt up the sheep.
Right, damn. It's just what I was thinking getting together, man. I had my credit score at 740, and some like, I'm sorry, 740 is not big, right? I had it at 800, and Cat messed up my credit score. You know what I mean? My ex, she put some on here, right? And that goes down. You're like, what the hell? Then my dog died. Sounds like a dang Texan song, right? Good old country. Go ahead.
And the servants, and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Go ahead.
While he was yet speaking.
Wait, again? And this is life. This is what happens in this world. You got something, and things happen. The Most High takes things away. Cars, homes, money, carnal thing, women, husbands. Like, this is why we can't invest in corruption. Because any minute it could be taken away. Go ahead.
While he was yet speaking, there also came another, and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away. Yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword.
Your rib got kidnapped. They want 5,000 in Bermuda. Right? Right? She went over there to get her boobs done. You see this online. Kez is getting kidnapped in Mexico because they want to get a tummy tuck. Right? Y'all see those Judites that were in Mexico? Y'all see that, right? There's like 5 of them. They got kidnapped by the mafia. Cartel got them. They're on the news and everything. Yeah, they going out there, what? You playing games, man. And the most I can take, this can happen to anybody, right? So this is why we got to realize, man, these things are but for a moment. Con, I'm going to have this and take care of it, right? Most High gave you a house, okay, take care of it. He gave you that car, take care of it. Right? He gave you that job, boom, do what you got to do. But that's not life. We don't supposed to be investing in the things that are going to be destroyed any minute. The Most High is literally destroying America. He's bringing this kingdom down. So what is more valuable to you during this time? Right? Psalms 39:6, Ecclesiastes 12.
Psalms chapter 39, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Surely every man walketh in a vain show.
Yeah, everybody walking in a vain show, right? You online making all these statements and glorifying money, glorifying women glorifying their body. That's valuable to people. The corruptible things. But why are you in the truth? Because those things are no value to you anymore. You're in the knowledge because those things don't mean anything to you no more. You're like, man, that don't mean nothing. Yeah, I'll get that. Yeah, my score is 740, so what? Okay, yeah, that's gonna be good when I get a house. That's fine, but that's not my purpose in living. That's not my total existence, right? Because I got that. See, and this is what, and a lot of times us going through trials and tribulation, it won't hurt the righteous. You get it there. The Lord giveth, He taketh away. I get that. I had the car, and guess what? The engine blew. Yeah, I guess I'll get another one, right? I had insurance. I'll go ahead and swap it out. Right? And it's not that easy. You're not going to kill yourself. Oh, why me? Swap it out. You got insurance. They're going to pay for it. Come on.
Surely they are disquieted in vain.
Read.
He and know not who shall gather them.
Yeah, and when you go into the Ecclesiastes, I didn't put a lot of that in here, but this one, just to remind us, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, but when you go to that Ecclesiastes and Solomon talks about vanity of vanities, yeah, this is basically what he's saying. Like, look, there's nothing in this world that is valuable. You can heap up all these riches, and then Microsoft CEO is going to give it to his dog. Or he's going to save it for himself because he's going to chop off his head, and in the year 5054, he's going to come out of the cryo chamber and still be rich. Right? That's how they think. You see? And we're like, man, no cryo chamber for us. It's resurrection. Bury my body, and the Most High is going to bring me back to the life. Right? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
Go ahead.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
What is that conclusion? Go ahead.
Fear God.
What?
Fear God.
Read.
And keep his commandments.
Read.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Fear the Most High and keep his commandments is the whole duty of man. See? That's the whole duty. Is that what you're motivated by? The fear of the Most High?
Justice and justice.
His duty? Or you motivated by your own frivolous, pointless existence? Right? Go ahead. Go from there. Last one. 1 Timothy 6 and 6 down to 12. You'll bring that one. You bring that. After Timothy's. Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10.
Go ahead.
For the love of money is the root of evil, all evil.
1 Timothy 6, verse 6.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
What is more gain to you? Read it again.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Because we're not going to be able to go through everything I got here. But all these things in this world, it brings pain and headache anyway. Pain and headache. So you got to have contentment. You got to have content. You got to be content on what you have. Man, but I want her. She's exactly what I want. Yeah, you better be content with what you have. You got to learn how to value what the Most High gave you. But no, bro, that's the one. That's the one. Now you chasing a woman, and your whole existence is on chasing women. How many people like that? Come on, y'all know what's up. I'm not telling y'all nothing that's weird or like out of space. This happens all the time with us. You got people that do this all the time. Chase that woman, chase that man, and their whole daily existence is what? I'm gonna get money, get paper to impress this person. See? And we can keep jumping. Hopefully y'all, when y'all go through these scriptures, y'all understand, man, that this is the problem with our people. Because they value the corruptible things more. So that's why I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, you don't really understand what the kingdom's going to be about, because you're going to be very disappointed when you realize that nothing in the kingdom of the Most High is going to be, what is now is not going to be in the kingdom of the Most High. It's not going to be there. So then what do you do then? You're going to just fiddle your thumbs? Huh? It's like, wow, what are we doing? What am I going to do in the kingdom when what are we going to do then? Well, has you been meditating on it? How many of you been meditating on, who's got that kingdom thought?
Kingdom dreams.
There you go. That's our new shirt, we got to tell the sister, kingdom dreams. Huh? How many of us is meditating on that? I know we're meditating terror. We want that too. We're meditating terror, but I'm talking about kingdom dreams. Who is thinking about that? What are you going to do with no TV? What are you going to do with no R&B music? What are you going to do with what are you going to do Huh? You like with the R&B music? What else? Come on, give me some more, y'all.
Car collections. Shoe collections.
No 2K. What then? He's 2K, right? Go ahead.
Because some brothers, like I saw Fat Joe, nobody's the biggest sneakerhead than me. So like
Right.
they like going around
There you go.
stacking up sneakers.
She can't even fit his sneakers.
Ball is life. You try to tell me we're not gonna have no more sports? I don't know about that one,
Can't wait
man.
for that.
It's gonna be a type of sport though.
It ain't gonna be Negroes in the sports.
I'm playing football and I can get paralyzed sports. Or I'm playing
We
basketball.
ain't gonna be doing it.
Right. Glad
But sermons, we might just have them. You know what I mean?
Coliseum is
Yeah, the Coliseum. You know what I mean? Where you tackle each other and you got nothing on now. You gotta cover your little pee-pee up because nobody needs to see that. Right? But we just put a little thing on them, cover their pee-pee up, but they gotta really play football with nothing on.
Because it's super back.
I like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, get a touchdown. You gotta change for run through this lion or something. But other than that, man, like these things, we ain't gonna be. They're not gonna be in our mind. They're not gonna be in our mind, y'all. Come on, finish that.
Verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world.
Go ahead.
And it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Read.
And having food. And
Having what?
And having food.
Read.
And raiment.
Read.
Let us be therewith content.
And a lot of people ain't content like that. Like we get pissed. Man, we want more. Right? Go ahead.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
What are you chasing? Go ahead.
And a snare.
And a what?
And a snare.
You're gonna entrap yourself. Be careful. Go ahead.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
See? Because that chase for the carnality leads you into all other things. That is the lust of the flesh. Right? Shalamaya was telling me back when she was in Houston, she was telling this one cat that she used to work with, you know, about not dabbling into this world of bondage. She was like, bro, you don't want to go down that road. We were just talking about the other day, yeah, you know, they tie you up and stuff like that. You know, because sadomasochism, it's like, you know, they tie you, I think it was the tying up one. And she was like telling him, look, you don't want to go down this road. So, you know, of course she left the job. And he got back in contact with her. He's doing some like racing stuff that she's creating images, stickers for him now, you know. But he mentioned to her, he said, hey, you remember when you told me to go down that road? He was like, I went down that road and you were right. You don't want to go down that road. She was like, that Doors is like, have y'all seen the series Dark Matter on Apple? Oh, you gotta watch that. But anyway, it's a quantum realm to it. That road is like that. Any door you open up can be like, take you to a whole nother level. But that's how it be. Our people be messing with these different damn doors and you go into another dimension and you be like, what the hell is here? Let me try that. Let me try that. And then a lot of cats don't escape. They don't come out of those doors. You know what I mean? The only way you get out is with damn hog tie. You know what I mean? With a banana, avocado, and a whip. You want out of this door, boy? You take a guess what they use that for. But all I'm saying is, a lot of those cats don't get out of it. He was like, you were right. You don't want to go down that road. She's like, I told you. Like, that's like certain roads you don't have to go down. But that's what's wrong with our people. Our people, what? Why not? You trying to hold something back from me, huh? See, that's the problem with cats, man. You don't want me to read that book. Why? Because it's going to open me up. See, where's that book at? And then you floated into the damn quasars. You like, what happened to that person? Oh, they're into everything. Because that's how people's mind are. You think everything's somebody trying to hold you back instead of trying to show you like, look, that's not a good path. See? That's why you got to deal with contentment. A lot of brothers and sisters ain't just content. You will die for more. Go ahead.
Which drown men in destruction.
They do what?
Drown men in
You get
destruction.
drowned. He probably was drowned in all that. You get drowned in that the pornography life. You get drowned in that that lifestyle, man.
TVJ.
Huh?
TVJ.
Yeah.
Just swallowed up.
That's what's up with you? That's what he.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Swallowed up.
Swallowed up. Why? Is he saying he got swallowed up?
He was too passionate. He was too into it.
That's why he stepped
You know
down.
when he say something good, he go, have you ever been swallowed up?
Oh wow!
That's why he stepped down. He seen the wood.
It sounded like firsthand.
Yeah, it sounds like
Hey, we've all took some dark roads, man. You better get the hell up out of there before it's too late, though. Because a lot of times, man, a lot of us don't come out whole again. We're bruised and battered where our damn brain, we're out of there. You talking to yourself. What do you think Diddy's going through right now?
Hell.
To know that every step of the way, his life is coming apart because of his actions, his abuse, his homosexuality. Another person that said that, he made my boyfriend top him off. Like this was just the guy that just punk you and make you suck his meat because he thought it was hard. Gay was hard to him. Thug He's like, well, I'll beat your ass. You gonna suck this meat. Like, man, that's a gay thug, really. Like,
Thug in love. Thug in love.
but see, like this is what you youngsters gotta realize. You don't gotta always be like, well, why you don't want me to go down that road? Listen, take the advice. Most of all, if you get the knowledge, the Bible is already foretelling you those roads ain't the road.
Right.
Godliness with contentment is gain. You know what I mean? How do you stay clean and still, make your money, do what you gotta do, put the Most High first, and be content in that? Right? Go ahead.
Which drown men in destruction.
Yeah, you get swallowed up, right? Go ahead.
Perdition.
And perdition. Go ahead.
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Go ahead.
Which while some coveted after.
Now, I don't want y'all to get this twisted. I want y'all to understand that the scripture's talking about money, but remember, it's also talking about the carnal things that we pursue. Remember, money, it's not the physical dollar, right? It's really what the dollar does, the chase of the money, the chase of the carnal, the chase of all these carnal things around us. So don't be narrow-minded and be like, well, I'm not chasing money. Read on, it's going to tell us.
They have erred from the faith.
Read.
And pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Right, no, it was actually 9 where it says, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. See, the verse is telling you, it's just not about money. It's the lust that you pursue in this life.
It's the chase.
Yeah, it's the chase of all these things. We're talking about money 1 minute. We're talking about, a woman or man the next minute. It's what are you pursuing that's corrupt, that now you're making flesh your arm. That's your God. Go ahead.
But thou, O man of God, flee these things.
What's the warning?
Flee these things.
What's the warning?
Flee these things.
Flee. Like, you don't have to search the dark side. You know what I mean? I said it the other day. How many people was around Diddy and saying, bro, I wish I never met this guy? How many people that has been, and that's one guy, y'all. That's one guy. The other guy was the Weinstein. The other guy was this Stein. The other guy, like, it's somebody, and somebody's still in there acting a fool. Like, you would think This put Hollywood, put people on blast like, damn, I gotta start dealing with people right. That ain't gonna do nothing. Money's power, control. Yeah, Jay-Z, right? You think he got out with it? You think he got out? Or is he still in the middle of that? Right? When are they gonna start bringing letting them know that, yeah, they take blood baths. You know, the person is over them and they slit their neck and they just, What movie was that? See, I need REI here. It was Hostel. Hostel #2. Remember she was in the tub? She had the dude over him and she just slit his throat. Hey, these things will take you to the dark side. Go ahead.
And follow, oh man of God.
Right.
Flee these things.
Right.
And follow after righteousness.
That's what's supposed to be your pursuing. You're supposed to chase righteousness. Is that value to you? That's why this was the last, but I'm going to let him. But is that valuable to you? Righteousness. Man, let me get better at the things that I need to work on in my spirit, in my soul. All the stuff that everybody, I watched this white dude. It's a podcast where he gets all these. Remember I told you about the 72? He brought the lady up there and told you the world can end in 72 minutes. He had this other guy up there, and this guy, well, once again, he's supposed to be a spiritualist, but he's telling you the same thing. I'm like, bro, you telling what we preach in the scriptures, but he's not using the Bible. He's just telling you about life and about the carnal things and how that the world is set up to pull us in. And I'm listening to this guy. I'm like, bro, I watched 2 minutes. I was like, you already know. You preaching what we say, but he's not using the book. He's attributing it to his what? Consciousness. Yeah, and how what he learned, what I learned. It's like, what are you talking about? Yahweh said that. You don't want to give credit to the Most High. You want to what? Be the new guru. That's what he was. He's like this guru that learned about life and he traveled and did this and this. It's like, brother, the scriptures already told you this. But he was dropping it. He was dropping it. Same thing we're talking about tonight. Like the carnal, the flesh, the things. Same thing Romans 8 talks about. But they will listen to him, the guru. When it comes to the word, it's like, nah, you're extreme. What's your problem? So you trying to tell me I can't get a job? It's like, bruh, it's just stupid. It's like, so don't get money. That's how we're treated. Like we're saying something weird. But if I told you, bro, you need to become one with yourself, live on the earth. You know what? You're right, Chad. Totally, bro. You know what I mean? I started my own garden. You know what I mean? Then they're what? Spiritual. It's crazy, man. Go ahead.
Godliness.
Right. Chase after what? Righteousness and what?
Godliness.
Read.
Faith.
Read.
Love.
Read.
Patience.
Read.
Meekness.
Come on, man. That's what we supposed to be chasing. Right? What else? Read.
Fight the good fight.
But it is a fight. It is a fight. Because you got to shut down your carnal person. Go ahead.
Fight the good fight of faith.
Read.
Lay hold on eternal life.
Is it? Because once again, this sounds good. Huh? You're dropping it, Paul. In the spirit of the Most High. But really, is this valuable to you? It sounds great, but is it most valuable to you? A lot of people it's not. A lot of people it's what? That's a good class. Good scripture, right? But I'm going to go back and chase the carnal things. I hear what you said. Yeah, I get it. But I got things to do. Go ahead.
Whereunto,
right?
Thou art also called.
See, you were called to that. Go ahead.
And has professed a good profession before many witnesses.
Bam. You go to the one you.
Matthew 13:44.
Yeah, because. Jeez. Come on.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 34.
44.
Verse 44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hidden in a field.
So the whole class was to make sure everybody's clear that what the kingdom of heaven won't be.
Right.
Won't be. And, you know, those that follow us online, you know, the brothers and sisters that actually did get a chance to participate, that experience we had in San Antonio was something that brought a lot of clarity, you know, to myself. Everybody want to go to heaven, but what is heaven? You know, how do you want to go to heaven, but unity is not something that you have joy behind, that you desire. You know, what we had in San Antonio was nothing but unity. We didn't have Netflix. We didn't have, now, did we have carnal things? You're daggone right, because we had Whataburger, we had Taco Truck.
In and out.
We had In and Out. But is that what made it? No, what made it for me was, Dad, I just realized the things that I valued once upon a time, a big, nice, comfortable bed, really didn't mean that much. Because I was able to wake up and look at you, look at her, look at all my brothers and sisters, and it was joy. We were all, and I don't know if this was suffering, but it wasn't.
Nah, that was
It wasn't. Like, you know, the whack water pressure in the shower, right? All the bugs all over the place. But was it really a complaint? It wasn't, because we were all doing it together. So then I'm like, well, okay, we're not going to have garbage in the kingdom. You know that. We're going to be above. We're going to have the greatest. But what does that mean if we're not doing it together? So how do you get your mind prepared for that? You rehearse it now. You rehearse it now, and you now see the things that you once valued. Go ahead, let me not jump. Keep reading.
The which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof.
You only is saying hide it. Why? To protect it. You're not letting nothing come. Yahweh Shai said that no man take your crown. There's nothing out there to tempt me or to try to take away what I'm fighting for, right? Which is not the things that I once believed life was about. Making sure I had a 6-figure salary, making sure my retirement was okay. But nobody's saying don't do these things. Nobody's saying you can't strive for 6 figures. Nobody's saying don't strive for them, or don't stack your money to save. But that's not life. My family knows if I didn't have cable, don't mess with me. Don't talk to me. Right? If I didn't have the ability to say I can channel surfing, there's nothing on, right? Still don't be happy. Like, these little carnal things meant life to me. If I couldn't have the ribeye steak once a week, right? If I couldn't have my yan once a week, these little things was my little heaven, because that's what they taught me. That's what the world taught me. But did that make me happy? Was that something I can teach to my children to avoid everything that's out there, the temptations? No. So when I got the truth, it was like, okay, read.
And for joy thereof.
It was a joy. Because the co-workers I had that had 6 figures, guess what? They complained like the ones that when I was making $5.25 hour. It was no difference. There literally was no difference. When I was making $5.25 an hour, yes, I'm that old, because that was a minimum wage. And when I was making 6 figures, it still was cats getting cheated on. It still was cats saying, I ain't making enough. It still was cats saying, I hate this job. Like, so no matter how much money, we're never going to be happy. Oh, I get that. That's very clear. Now, I ain't saying settle for $5.25, but that's not where your joy should be. Read.
And for joy thereof, goeth and selleth all that you have.
Then that means the things that was once valuable to you, now I'm trading that in. I'm trading that in. That's not a possession. That's not a wealth anymore. Give me what the Most High has. The spirit of what we read it in Timothy's. The contentment with godliness is gain. Being able to be meek. Being able to be meek in this kingdom where everybody deals with pride. Every last one of us is prideful. That's what the nation perpetuates. But then how will we be able to deal with each other? That's why the smallest little interaction, the smallest little offense leads to what? I'm not coming around no more. I don't see the value of unity. What happens out in the world when there's offense? Let's get the guns, right? It's to the extreme. It's all to continue to destroy us. That destroys us. So I'm trading all of those things in. Again, not saying don't have the money, don't get the things, but that's not heaven. Right? Go ahead.
And buyeth that field.
That's what we should be buying. Buying with joy, peace, gentleness. What is gentleness? Who talks about gentleness outside of Hebrew Israelites? And then you got some Hebrew Israelites that don't understand that gentleness. That's powerful. Right there, to deal with your brother after he offends you, not to curse him out, not to, or our brothers and sisters that's out the way, that's ignorant right now, to not have compassion on them, to curse them out. No, that gentleness can get them in the truth. Not trim your ways, but deal with them like people that are out the way. But you don't learn that anywhere else. What? Because as long as I'm good, Yaakov, you help yourself, you should pick yourself up by your bootstraps. I did it, why can't you? But then we looking for unity in our community? Nah, there's no other way to get that unity, get that peace, but by this Bible. And that's what we're supposed to now trading everything in the world and buy this. And don't let nobody take it. But
Yep. That's it.
Very good point. Very good point. All right, that's class, y'all. Does anybody got any questions or anything on anything? Anything we need to bring out? Any announcements? Any gripes? Any grievances? Anything that we need to talk about? Live? Okay. All right. Anything online?
Sir. Nothing online.
Okay. Nothing on there?
No, sir.
Just got you. Who's right? Who's that? Oh, okay. God. All right. If that's it, Shabbat Shalom to everybody online.
Shabbat Shalom.
Y'all had a good Shabbat? All right.